Are you serious, folks? Are you serious? Welcome to the Coming Apocalypse. This is a special report. And of course, I will be live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern for Sunday Night Live. But right now, I have breaking news, vital information, special report on what's happening along the border of Israel, Israel and Syria. Very serious situation. Let me put a shout out real quick. Give me 30 seconds for gutcleanseprotocol.com/Paul. That's gutcleanseprotocol.com/Paul. Speaking of digestive issues, this is caused by a potential toxin that's in all of the, quote, healthy foods that scientists have been telling us to eat with a fraudulent food pyramid for the longest time. This potential toxins cause digestive issues, according to Dr. Stephen Gundry, a world-renowned cardiologist. This is affecting millions of people nationwide. This is why President Trump has picked Robert Kennedy Jr. to head up the Department of Human Health Services. Warning signs have included weight gain, fatigue, digestive discomfort, and stiff joints, even skin problems. Well, Dr. Stephen Gundry explains these side effects are often mistaken for normal signs of aging because digestive issues develop usually over a matter of years and sometimes even decades. I can assure you that the damage is probably caused by these health foods, and it's far from normal, according to Dr. Stephen Gundry. He wants you to know about it and what to do about it. Click on the link below this video. Just go to gutcleanseprotocol.com/Paul. That's gutcleanseprotocol.com/Paul. You will be glad that you did. Here's the information that's coming in. This just in. We know that what happened this morning. I was at 2:30 this morning. I was monitoring all of this. What had happened, of course, last night. I went live at about 8 p.m. to give you an update of the fall of Damascus that was in process. I even said Assad may have already be gone, and he was, or it's believed he might have been. But this morning, a seismic shift has occurred in the Middle East, of course, with President Assad's regime that has fallen in Syria, marking the end of an era, 50 years of the Assad's reign, father and son, while the Syrian rebels are celebrating. Dangerous undercurrents are already emerging, with Sunni Islamic factions are planning to impose Sharia law, putting minority communities like Christians and the Druze in grave danger. In a decisive move to protect its northern communities, Israel, I repeat, Israel has deployed a significant infantry and tank forces on and into the Golan Heights demilitarized zone. This is the first time Israel has done this since 1974, after the 1973 Yom Kippur War. The IDF's action comes as fears are growing that the rebels could attempt to breach the buffer zone and threaten Israel's northern border. Matter of fact, we already know that some of the residue, Al-Qaeda, and even some of the older leftover forces from ISIS have already staged themselves along the Israeli border there on the Golan Heights. In light of these recent events in Syria, the IDF has positioned forces in the buffer zone. I repeat, the IDF has deployed significant amount of soldiers and tanks. These forces are in the buffer zone to protect the Israeli citizens and to ensure the safety of the Golan Heights communities. Israel will remain vigilant and will take necessary action to preserve the buffer zone. This new threat adds to Israel's already overwhelming challenges with ongoing wars against Hamas and Hezbollah, whose ceasefire has fallen apart. The situation has grown increasingly volatile, and the need for emergency preparedness has never been greater than it is right now. This is a very important information that we're just now getting. Now, also, I can tell you that that out of reports out of Moscow is that Assad has been gone into exile with his family and have arrived in Moscow. But there is conflicting reports on that. Even though the Kremlin is reporting that he's there, there's been no sign, no proof, no sign at all that he is actually there. But we also know that President Trump has responded with this situation. President Joe Biden almost taking full credit for the overthrow of Assad. Erdogan is taking credit for the overthrow of Assad. President Erdogan of Turkey. And we know that the Turkish government funded and supplied and prepared for this attack by these rebels that invaded into Syria and has taken Assad from power. We also know that Russia has abandoned Assad other than to help him escape if he is truly in Moscow. I have a different report and I'm just now posting it on my Patreon channel. It should be up and available for you to see. It is inside information. I will not reveal my source or the agency they're a part of, but I can tell you this is a very, very conflicting report than what Russia is reporting. Now, Trump has responded after the rebels overtake Syria and President Assad regime has fallen. President-elect Donald Trump from Paris reacted early this morning to the news that the Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad regime had fallen and that the city of Damascus had fallen into the hands of these rebels. He said, quote, Trump said, Assad is gone. Trump put on his social media platform, he said, quote, he has fled the country. His protector, Russia, led by Vladimir Putin, was not interested in protecting him any longer. There was no reason for Russia to be there in the first place. They lost all interest in Syria because of Ukraine, where close to 600,000 Russian soldiers lay wounded or dead, and in a war that should never have started and could go on forever. Russia and Iran are in a weakened state right now. One, because Ukraine, and two, because of the bad economy. The other, because of Israel and its fighting successes. He said. Likewise, he said Zelensky and Ukraine would like to make a deal and stop the madness. They have ridiculously lost 400,000 soldiers and many more civilians. There should be an immediate ceasefire and negotiations should begin now. Trump then added, too many lives are being so needlessly wasted. Too many families are being destroyed. And if it keeps going, it could turn into something much bigger and far worse. I know Vladimir well. This is his time to act. China can help. The world is waiting. Assad, who used chemical weapons multiple times on his own population, and his British-born wife, Asma al-Assad, along with their 3 children, have fled Syria, according to Syrian television reports, but their whereabouts are not officially known. Okay? A video statement from a group of men on Syrian state TV said that Assad had been overthrown and that all prisoners in the city of Damascus had been released. Question is Assad truly in Moscow, or is something else happened? That is the video. I just did a video. It's about 6 minutes long. It is going to post at about 6 p.m. Eastern on my Patreon channel. It's titled Inside Info in Syria. You will need to watch it there because of the sensitivity of the report. I'm going to tell you that you can go to Patreon. It should be posted at 6 p.m. tonight, give or take, but it should be. And then, of course, I will be live tonight right here at 7 p.m. with a full report of events going on all around the world on Sunday Night Live. But this report that I just am uploading as we speak at Patreon, very important information, very, very important information, and I definitely want you to see it. Those of you who are members of my Patreon channel, you already know that you could go there at about 6 o'clock, at about 6 p.m. Eastern, and watch the video at Patreon. I also posted another one a couple of days ago of an interview that I was on another television show. You can see that. But so you can watch all of the exclusive videos that I have on Patreon are accessible to you if you sign up there real quick and pledge your support. It doesn't cost. It's very, very cheap. You can do whatever. Look, you give what you want. The average person gives about $5 a month. Some give more than that. Some give less. You decide. But I want you to have access, truly get the access to this very sensitive information. So that should be coming live. That post should be going up at around 6 p.m. Eastern at Patreon. I'll be back here at 7 p.m. tonight with the Sunday Night Live. And also, by the way, you can still get your tickets for the webinar, Spiritual Warfare. It's an incredible, and now even more than ever, because the very things we talked about in this webinar is now manifesting. It's actually unbelievable, but it shows you how right now word and how prophecy is unfolding right before our very eyes. So go to Patreon, watch the video at 6 o'clock, and come back. I'll be right here at 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on the coming apocalypse. Give your life to Jesus Christ. We truly are living in the last days. How long is 7 p.m.? I'm not sure what JD means. Broadcast starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. JD, that's 1 hour and 45 minutes from now, okay? So 6 p.m., Patreon should be airing. 7 p.m., I'll be back live right here. And, of course, the Spiritual Warfare webinar is available right now. As soon as you order it, you can start watching it and watch every speaker as many times you want, in any order that you want, as often as you want. Get all the info. We're living in the last days. God bless. Are you saved?